Hey guys, welcome back to Street Machine TV. I'm Jason Waye and we are back working on the VUFORU ute. One of the things with this ute that has sort of caught us out a little bit is this paint on this car. When we've purchased the car, it looked really sharp. All the photos looked really good. Yeah, you could pick a little few things here and there, but we thought we'd actually be able to get away with doing some blends, some blow-ins, some touch-ups, and actually making the thing pretty good. Unfortunately, no. Yeah, look, when it arrived, the car was really poor in all seriousness. Paint was atrocious. One of the sides had been left out in the sun, and so the house of colour had just faded to all buggery. So we've got to look at this thing properly. The car, or the paint, custom paint, is 24 something years old, so it's old. It's seen a life, it's been used, there's damage, there's chips, there's scratches. So easiest thing to do and the right thing to do was actually repaint the car. So the choice has been made and going to repaint the car. Before it goes out for paint, one of the things I want to do is change the hood lining, because when this was done, obviously early 2000s, black hood linings weren't a thing. So this was all left standard, so which is that creamy sort of colour, like the shale colour. So the A pillar moulds, B pillar moulds, and hood lining, the sunshades, the sun visors, all of that was in the shale beige colour, and it just looks terrible. So one of the things that we're doing is we're about to pull all of that out and change that to black, get that all done in black. So that'll complement the interior a lot nicer and bring it up a bit more modern. From there, I'll pull out the taco, because that's just repulsive. Car does not need that. Especially in these late modern cars, you don't need that stuff. Then the bonnet will come off, we'll remove the 3 gauges on the bonnet, and that'll go into the corner. I've got a new flat bonnet sitting down at the paint shop all ready for it. Today, that's sort of what I'm concentrating on, pulling all that stuff out, removing the bonnet, and getting literally all the stuff that I can change here before it goes to paint done. But that way, as I said, whilst the car's not with me, stuff is still happening behind the scenes. Another one of the big things is getting these wheels off of the car. And getting them to Sydney, where we can get the black and light stripped off of them, and then get the wheels polished and back to sort of how they should be. So these are the original 18-inch front wheels from the car back in the day. Look, they're in terrible condition now, but it's all stuff that can be fixed. So, you know, we've got a bit of rash, and they're just dull and they're just junk really, but they'll clean up fine. Man, I've got to say, I am not built for this kind of work anymore. This is getting hard. Anyway, especially with these front seats. Wow, they're painful things. So, hood lining's out, B pillar moulds back here, they're gone, A pillar moulds are gone, taco's gone. So yeah, all of that is done. Yes, that can all go down to the trim shop, and they can wave their wand over that. I've got a couple of big jobs in here, which is changing the steering wheel back to the factory airbag wheel. So I've got a new clock spring for it, a really good condition airbag steering wheel, which is, once the rest of this stuff goes to the trimmer, the steering wheel will be trimmed in the same red leather, and then we'll paint the airbag, which is the same as what it was back in the day. So that'll all be bright red. So that, and then also meets the ADRs and requirements for engineering. That way it's right, because with the Momo on it, it is not legal. So that needs to all change. I've got to do a shifter, which currently B&M Pro ratchet, so the chrome shifter with a white ball, and it just looks ugly and wrong in the car. So we'll change that to a black Stealth Pro ratchet. So should literally be out with the old shifter, in with the new shifter, and a straightforward job. Next job on the list is, well, after I managed to get the wheels off, which were done up so bloody tight, it was ridiculous. And I've really just got to give under here a bit of a tub up. Really, it isn't bad, considering it's just a little bit oily and grotty. So we're going to give everything a wash down here. Bit of a filter residue, which is again pretty common in a LS, and around the pan, just a typical bit of gasket leaks, but again, nothing terrible. In the past, when they put the trans in, they've done a real dodge on this cross member. So I'll replace the cross member with one of our Tuff Mount cross members and make that a lot nicer. I'll stick a new rubber transmission mount in it, and that'll still keep it nice and pleasant to drive. After it's been to paint, I'll get up into here and I'll swap the engine mounts out for some Tuff Mounts. These are just starting to show signs of perishing and leaking, so we'll get rid of those and update those, so the next stage of its life will be all cracking and wonderful. Exhaust is old looking. There's no catalytic converters, so we'll have to be doing some cats, and I'll go back to some oval tips because they just look a lot nicer and suit the bumper bar a bit better. Fortunately, it looks like the rear bags are all okay. They're holding air and seem to be doing the job pretty well and still in decent serviceable condition, but the fronts are stuffed. They do not hold air, so we're going to have to work on those a little bit more. Isn't this every kid's dream? Underneath the car, cleaning oil off. Alrighty, so I have now finished cleaning in here and it looks heaps better. So all underneath is now nice and clean. How good is that? So that's another massive job ticked off the list. It's back to the way it should be, but it also shows how good the car's still is, I guess. It's been out and about for 20 something odd years, and it's not destroyed. Going to put the wheels on next, just the rollers, and then it's ready to go to paint shop, which is a day ahead of schedule. Winning. I've just finished doing the power steering res relocation back to where it sort of should be, which has really cleaned up a lot of the uglies. I got rid of a lot of the braid, just waiting on a couple of more hoses and a new reservoir there, the coolant reservoir, to be able to remove that and then get rid of the final bits there, which is excellent. But yeah, instantly the bay's starting to look a lot better. Check out these wheels I've got a stock throw into this thing. God, these are repulsive. So some massive four-wheel drive tyres. They are like a 265 70 15s. That way we can at least keep a similar riding radius to the 24s and just some 17-inch fronts. So at least that'll allow it to roll around and sort of get that happening while the wheels are off being polished and stripped and all of that sort of stuff. We've entrusted the car to the guys down at Revive Paint and Panel, literally 100 metres down the road to us here. Ryan and Scott are going to be taking care of it, and look, we don't have a lot of time. They've been given a very tight frame to get this done, because we're aiming for MotorEx. We've just got to get this smashed out, but unfortunately smashing it out means we've also still got to do it properly, so they've got a lot of work cut out for them. They have enlisted the help of a few companies as well. So Axalta Paints have supplied the green, the black and the clear for us. PPG have been reached out to, and they've helped us out of their Vibrance range with the orange, the red and the purple for all the flames. So we're going to have some great companies on board, and we've got some great quality product going on the car. We'll buzz down there now and check that out. Say hi, Ryan.
G'day.
Ryan from Revive. Here's the lucky man bringing this paint back to life.
Yep.
He's looking at it, scratching his head going, what did I say yes to? No, he'll be right. I'm leaving the car with Ryan. He is going to do his thing and make shit happen.
G'day, my name is Ryan from Revive Paint and Panel, and we have been given the task of rebuilding VUFORU. So Jason from Tuff Mounts came to us wanting to get a few touch-ups done on this car, which soon escalated into a full respray due to little imperfections all over the car. So we blocked the car right back down, ended up priming it all up, blocking it down again. We then had to apply the colour, clear it. We've also been working with Troy from Nightmare Designs, where he came on, he's laid and stenciled all the flame work down and all the airbrushing. We'll then have to clear it again, be blocked down to be polished in order for us to get it all done for MotorEx.
really good colour. Utes back. Just picked it up from Revive Paint and Panel. They've done an amazing job. It's going to be interesting when it's all back together, but I reckon it's going to look better than it did 24, 25 years ago, whatever it was, a long time ago. Ryan has painted the black and the green and the red as it sort of was. So Axalta Paints have sorted out the colours for us. We closely matched the green to what it used to be. However, this is slightly darker. But with today's technology in paints, we think this is actually going to look better than the previous green that the car had on it. That was like a 3-stage pearl with multi-layers, and it was just a great pain in the butt. Whereas this is an off-the-shelf colour, so replication of it down the track is easy. But this colour in the light just comes to life. So as soon as the sun gets on this, lights at a show, all that sort of stuff is just going to pop. The red is done. The black is still the Phantom Black from the original days, but it has been obviously repainted. So Axalta's supplied the paints for that. Then PPG have come along and they've supplied the orange and the purple. They supplied also the red, and that's out of their Vibrance range. The team down at Revive have done a great job, so they've blocked the living life out of this car. They've repaired the damage that was there because the front guards were damaged and there was scratches. It's terrible. So they've repaired it all, got it beautiful and straight, and then laid down all of their colours. Now, this should normally take months, but this whole job was done in 5 weeks, which is, honestly, it's outstanding. Those guys have busted themselves to get this done in time so we could all have it ready for MotorEx. Troy and Tara from Nightmare Designs, they've done all the flames. As you've just seen in the video, they were templated off the original flames and kept to the original matte Egan style. Troy has taken a little bit of liberty and done a little bit of shading different to matte, but I actually think this probably looks a little bit sharper nowadays. But anyway, so we've got lots to do. We've got to get it done. So very shortly, I'm going to get back into this and we will see you all very soon. Cheers, guys.